How's it going, Dolphins fans? Michael Christian here with the 5 Reasons Sports Network. This is what I'm going to call either Monday Morning Michael, just because I like the triple M, or I'm going to call it the morning after. Really, these are just videos I'm going to do every once in a while where I kind of go over, whatever happened the day before, whether it's a Dolphins game, a big trade, or just some information I feel that people should hear that might be helpful to them. In this video, the first thing I want to go over is the Hard Rock Stadium guidelines concerning COVID and all the safety protocols that they have in place. We're in the middle of a pandemic. The cases are on the rise again. And so everyone's kind of nervous to get out there and not sure how safe they're going to feel. But I got to tell you, being at Hard Rock Stadium felt safer than basically any other place I've been ever since this pandemic hit. I live in Orlando, Florida, and so I've been to Disney now about once or twice ever since they've opened up. And I got to say that Disney World is doing a really good job of keeping you safe, keeping people distance, forcing you to keep your mask on. And I would say that Hard Rock Stadium is on par, if not even slightly better than what Disney World has been doing. At Hard Rock Stadium, my family and I were able to sit down in some seats where the next closest person to us was maybe about 8 to 10 feet away, kind of 2 rows in front and diagonally over to the left. Not only that, but you had to have your mask on at all times unless you were currently eating or drinking something, and they were enforcing the rule as well. They constantly had people coming through, kind of walking through the rows, making sure that people had their mask on. And if you didn't have your mask on, they were going to ask you to put it back over your nose and mouth. That way you could keep yourself and others safe. And it was actually really refreshing to see them enforcing that rule. Also, with the entrance protocols, I found it interesting. So I bought my ticket through SeatGeek. I didn't go through Ticketmaster or anywhere else just because I found a cheaper ticket through SeatGeek and I just wanted to go with that deal. And so when I looked it up online, there was a color that your ticket was supposed to have and a specific gate that you were supposed to go through. When we got to the stadium, I realized that my ticket didn't have either of those two. Through SeatGeek, they didn't give me a color or a gate to go through. And so I wanted to find an usher to kind of say, hey, what's the right gate for me and at what time am I supposed to go in? When I got there, they just said, hey, it's fine. Anyone can go in now. It's no big deal. And this was at about 12:35. So it wasn't really too late, but it also wasn't too early either. It didn't feel like they really needed the colors and the gate entries to be specifically labeled for each person to come in because there was a lot of space, a bunch of places were open, and we were able to get in within 5 minutes. All in all, my experience at Hard Rock Stadium was actually really great. We had a fantastic time at the game. If you're a Dolphins fan and you want to try to catch a Tua game, now's a pretty good time to do it. The tickets may be a little bit more expensive, but you're going to have a ton of space. And the only thing that's really missing is that full fan atmosphere when everyone's sitting in their seats and there's 50 to 60,000 people and they're all on their feet and they're all yelling and they're all behind the team. You can't beat that atmosphere. But considering everything that's going on, I'd say this is the next best thing. And that the fact that they keep you so safe is really reassuring. And I would suggest that any Dolphins fan go to a game this year if they can. The next thing I want to go over is just some of the overreactions people are having against Tua and this Dolphins offense. I know most of that is coming from the national media, and hopefully you're not listening to the national media. You're actually reading some of the articles that we have up on the 5 Reasons Sports website. And let me tell you, there are a ton of them. We have an article from Ethan Skolnick, who's actually at the game up in the media press box. We have a takeaways article. We have a stock up, stock down. We have some more information on Tua and his performance and how the defense picked him up, and eventually he'll pick up the defense as well. I'm going to link a bunch of those articles below. I'm also going to have some screenshots appearing here on the screen. Make sure to check those out. Those are great reads, and you're going to get more in-depth coverage on the Miami Dolphins. Better coverage, too, than you're going to get from anywhere else. I promise you that. But the national media is talking about how Tua had a bad game. Did the Dolphins make a mistake? And they've been saying this for a while. They've got a couple people here and there who aren't saying that. But really, Tua was just eased into this game. This game was to get him ready into the NFL. I got to say that first play for Tua on top of all of that was actually really frightening. So I see why they eased him into things. We're standing up. We're not even sitting down. Most of the stadium is actually on their feet because this is Tua's first drive. We're all really excited to see him. He gets the snap, kind of tries to step up into the pocket. Aaron Donald hits the ball. He gets knocked down by another player. And you're just kind of like, whoa, that was one of the worst starts you possibly could have imagined. But from then on out, you could see Tua kind of settling in. He definitely was a little bit nervous at the start of it. He had kind of happy feet in the pocket, wasn't setting his feet super well on some of the throws, and so he was a little bit behind or a little bit ahead. But as the game progressed, you could really see him getting better. You could see him getting more comfortable. You can see him making the right reads, which he had been making the right reads really basically the whole game. But there was a bunch of other things that really hindered Tua's performance from a statistical standpoint, if that's what we're looking for. You've got the defense playing a phenomenal game against the Los Angeles Rams, causing a bunch of turnovers, scoring on one of them, and you have the special team scoring a touchdown as well. Those are all things that really aren't going to help your offense get yards, because once you bring the ball down and you score, you're just going to give it right back. So that's part of why Tua didn't have a great game statistically. You also have the fact that you had some really key dropped passes. Williams dropped a couple passes that really would have helped towards picking up a first down or getting us an extended drive. You also have Myles Gaskin dropping a key third down pass where he's 2 yards in front of the first down line, wide open, and is just not able to secure it. And you have the Mike Gesicki pass, which I don't know if I really call that a drop on Gesicki. I think he should have caught it, but he was also held back by the defender, so it could have also been pass interference. That play, I'll just, it's a toss-up. It's kind of a 50-50 ball. It is what it is. Tua put it in a good spot, and we just didn't come down with it. Overall, I think Tua did have a pretty decent game, though, for what the game plan was. I do expect the game plan to evolve, and I know some of our contributors here are talking about it. 3 yards per carry, Alf, Chris, Simon, they're all talking about it as well. The Dolphins, probably the number one thing they're looking for on the offensive side of the ball is a consistent run game, and we don't have that with Myles Gaskin. So I think if we're able to get a consistent run game, whether we get a running back here at the trade deadline or we just get some more playing time from Matt Breida, I think the Dolphins need to do something about that, which will help Tua. I think if we stop dropping those passes, it'll also help him. But Tua did exactly what he needed to do for the Dolphins to win this game, and I'm not going to fault him for that. All in all, we have to be happy with the performance. It's a W against a really good team in the Los Angeles Rams. And moving forward, I think this team really can just continue to grow, continue to get better. And eventually we'll have a game where maybe the defense doesn't play so well, but I know Tua in this offense will pick them up. Last thing I wanted to add before I go is you guys got to check out this new hat from 5 Reasons Sports. You can see this hat on our website in our merchandise tab. I'm going to link it down below as well. This hat is actually really awesome. It's one of those hats with like the stretchy back, so it fits really comfortably on your head. I didn't put it on for the video mainly because I did my hair and I kind of like the way it looks, even though it's a little messy, but I'll put it on now to kind of show you guys. It's a really comfortable hat. You've got the bill, you can kind of flex it however you want, but the hat is fantastic. Definitely check that out on our site. Also, make sure to check out all of their t-shirts. I know Adam Smoot does a lot of our t-shirt designs, and they're fantastic. I have a couple of the Heat ones. I'm looking to get some more Dolphins ones, so I'm going to link all that down below. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to keep it locked in here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network YouTube channel. We're always going to look to give you guys great content and actual South Florida sports content. We're not just going to give you some overinflated stats. We're not going to overreact. We're not going to go crazy. We're going to give you the real deal, the truth, and we're always going to give it to you exactly how it is. Not like some of those Pat Riley stats earlier, or some of the overreactions on Tua, whether it be Ryan Fitzpatrick is the next MVP, or, oh, they should have drafted Justin Herbert because Tua only threw for 95 yards in his first game. Don't listen to them. Keep it locked in here. Like the video, comment. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, go Dolphins.